Besides Instagram, were you ever tempted to do any other?
I had a couple of suggestions to make an OnlyFans.
Okay. What happened?
Hi everyone, and welcome to the new episode of Royal Pain is not
Royal?
doing his job today. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the 5th episode of Royal T Cosplay Podcast.
Oh, that's true. Wow, 5 episodes.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Is this already an achievement if it's 5?
Yes, for us it is.
Every new episode is.
Yeah.
Today we're gonna talk about, can you make money out of cosplay? Can you make money with cosplay?
Yeah. Can cosplay be your job?
Can cosplay be lucrative? Can cosplay be your profession?
In Slovenia.
In Slovenia. Yeah. That's a big in Slovenia.
But first, tea.
Yes. Today we're doing something different.
Give me the ball. Give me the ball.
Okay, I chose one.
Let's see what happens.
I brought this from
Dun, dun, dun.
Turkey. I've never tried this before.
Okay, it's supposed to go down and then open up as a flower.
I hope it opens up. I hope you open up.
Should I poke it?
I wanted to poke it as well.
You poke it, it's your ball.
Send me a new poke. Oh shit.
It's hot.
It is hot. Oh, is it just me or is the water a little bit greener?
I mean, it's tea. It's supposed to get greener.
5 hours later.
Okay, maybe put it down and we'll see what happens.
We'll come back to it.
We'll just
Well,
mix.
something is happening on the
Yeah,
bottom.
it's
but
opening up.
should we pour the water over it?
No.
Did we do something wrong?
I mean, the last time I had something like that, it went on the bottom. How does it smell?
I'm not gonna say it.
It's like grass.
Yeah.
Experimentation.
Is it opening up or is it falling apart? I cannot tell.
No, that's how it opens up.
Oh, okay. I don't know. This was a big poke.
Sorry.
We don't have instructions. Let me see. It's from Turkey. I bought it. Jasmine tea. Oh, jasmine. How is this jasmine? Oh, like
I'm just gonna smell it. I need to smell this.
we killed our
This is
editor.
ours.
Does it smell like jasmine? It doesn't smell like jasmine. to me.
No, it doesn't.
It smells like grass. Let's have it over there and see what
I
happens.
mean, we got it from a bazaar in Turkey, so.
Okay.
So, Clara, let me ask you a question.
Oh boy.
Were you ever paid to cosplay? Were you ever paid to put on a cosplay?
With money, I think not. But compensation? Yes.
Were you ever paid to dress out of a cosplay?
No. But dates.
I mean, you never
You?
know.
Wait. Were you?
No, I'm not good.
Mm.
I wasn't. No. Oh shit. I'm crazy today. It's all
That's
the
what you
coffee.
get for
That's-
drinking
yeah.
coffee instead of tea. What about you?
Yes, I was.
With money or?
With money and compensation, like different things, different gigs, different pay
Okay, nice.
forms of payment. I guess. Yeah, I think this has grown a bit in Slovenia from the years and years back before Corona, and even before. And I also think that this is something that a lot of cosplayers ask themselves at some point: can I make money of this? It's not a necessity, you know. Cosplay
Yeah.
is still a hobby. It should be fun, and sometimes if you add money to that vibration, it can be a bit more stressful.
That's what happens to me with all my hobbies that
Yeah.
I try to make profit of. I stop liking them.
Yeah.
Like it becomes requirement and obligation, and I don't want that.
Yeah, I understand that. You come towards it from a different perspective. And I also, like, if someone says to me, I need to do this for the money because I need money. That doesn't really sit well with me because I don't feel like you should do cosplay just because you need money.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. That's my personal opinion. I understand that it's great. It's a great feeling to be paid for something that you love to do. It's very nice to do this instead of like an 8-hour job behind a computer or whatever. I don't know.
Energetically, it feels nice when you receive something money-wise for something that you do for love.
Yeah.
But to start making it with a mindset to make money out of it, it's a bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We agree.
We agree. But if you would start making money out of it, there are ways to do it, but it would not replace your full-time job in Slovenia, I think.
Yeah.
There's so far I did not see an equivalent cosplay job amount that would replace that amount of money that you would receive in an 8-hour job.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree completely. And sometimes when people say like, do we have professional cosplayers in Slovenia? I'm like, we have cosplayers who are very good at cosplay, but I don't think we're at a professional level yet because I feel like being a professional at something means that this can be the only thing that you make money of monthly, that this can provide you with enough of income that you don't have to do anything else.
Yeah, we have professional mindsets, but Slovenia in general is not yet aware of it so much that there are no opportunities.
Yeah.
Maybe
you will have to have an opportunity like this monthly.
Yeah.
Or at least have like a big enough gig that would give you enough money for like a couple of months.
And also you would have to delve in multiple areas that you can profit out of cosplay, not just gigs. Yeah. I mean, there are opportunities, but not so many in Slovenia, at least, I think.
For now.
Yeah, for now.
God knows what's coming.
And of course, you can always search fortune abroad, I guess, or internet.
Yeah.
It's a big...
it's a big place. Yeah, a lot of opportunities down there. Down there. Why did I say down there when I'm talking about social media? Okay. Yeah, I think at some point, if you want to make money from this, you must be more than just a cosplayer. If you like what you were just talking about, you also have to be a prop maker. You also have to be like, I don't know,
seamstress, tutorials, commissions. There's lots of
influencer at some point. You know what I mean? If
social
you want to, like,
media expert.
A lot of things. If you want to make this like a cohesive and established thing for you to make money from,
or you have to have a job that allows you to jump into cosplay as well. For example, you have a 3D printer and you 3D print stuff, not just cosplay props for a living, and you make cosplay props. Yeah. Or you are a seamstress or a tailor and you make costumes for cosplayers. Yeah. So those are, I guess, real jobs, serious jobs, and would allow you to have access to material and a bit of time management, better time management. For example, if it's just a hobby or it's connected to that.
It would take a lot of... Ooh, the flower!
The tea opened up a bit. It didn't happen what I thought it's going to happen, but it bloomed.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought that this upper part is going to bloom.
Sound effects. Okay.
Oh no, she's going back.
Yeah, she rotates.
Look, it has a...
Tied up.
Yeah.
Oh, poor thing.
Is this supposed to be like this?
Okay, let's pour it and taste it. It's a thing. I'm skeptical.
My sister bought some in Slovenia. I think in Slovenia. We can try that.
Okay, it tastes a bit better than it smells, but it's very soft,
mild, grassy. I don't really taste jasmine.
No, me neither. Where were we?
Blah, 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 blah.
A few different incomes that we can talk about are probably the one that we mentioned already so far. So with commissions, you can receive a bigger amount of money for one commission work, but it takes a lot of material and time for just one.
It also depends how much you value your hour. Like if you say 1 hour of my work is worth this and this much, it's good if you don't overprice it or underprice yourself as well. You have to find this
balance. Yeah, at the end of the day, if that's all you do, it has to cover the material, your time, and basically your life.
Life costs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that's
But
all
you
do.
have to make at least minimum wage from this.
Yeah. If that's the only thing you do.
Would you do commissions?
Yes and no. I did commissions for friends.
Okay.
I mean, we agreed on some sort of payment equivalent, but I'm not sure I'm ready for making commissions for strangers just because of all the communication needed, measurements, for example, if yeah. And also depends on the cosplay and when the due date is, when they need it. Yeah.
Timeline.
Yeah. I mean, probably would.
There's also a feeling, I guess, with everything that you do for anyone else. It's always a feeling, oh, will this be good enough? Or will I get bad feedback from it? Or will they be satisfied? And that can be another level of stress.
Yeah.
Like satisfying your customers.
And yourself.
Yeah.
Next one is probably the one that I like the most. For example, if you do it as a Patreon sort of thing, they have to be Patreons to access it. So that's a form of income. Of course, there's always income fees. So if you're selling it this way, you have to also think of how much you're gonna get out of it at the end of it. Yeah. But what I like about it...
You mean in a sense of Patreon taking away a cut?
A fee, but what I like about it is it's digital. So once you make it and once you publish it, it's there. It's passive income for you. You don't have to film a new tutorial of the same thing every time somebody asks for it. So you can do it once and have it on for years. So that's a good thing for you. I mean, for everybody. It's a learning.
For both. Yeah, for you and a customer.
But if you're doing tutorials, for example, Instagram, TikToks, that sort of thing, then it's a media, social media type of exposure that, I mean, you would only get profit out of it if you're so exposed that the algorithms grab you and hook everybody on you. So Patreon, Etsy, that sort of thing is probably the only income that would be steady, I would say. But even then it depends.
Necessarily.
More steady than depending on algorithms.
You can have a tutorial out there and 5 other people can have the same tutorial for a smaller price, and then they choose someone else. Or I think it's whatever you choose, you still have to have exposure. You still have to be good at selling yourself. Whichever way you choose. One of the ways that most cosplayers who want to do this in a way of getting something back is with selling prints, usually at conventions. They have their own, is it called stands?
Yeah, stands.
Booths.
Booths.
With their own photos that people can buy and some other things as well. I think this is the most mainstream way.
And the most noticeable.
The most,
For visitors and for them.
Yeah.
Like just getting your name out there.
Yeah. You have 2 different ways to approach this. Either the convention approaches you and says, would you be interested? And then you say, okay, this is my fee. Or they say, you can get a booth for this kind of money, like if you want it. Like,
okay.
Or you can just you can always just call a convention and ask.
Yeah. How is it in Slovenia? Do you know?
Well, I think it's a little bit of both. We have only a couple of cosplayers who sell prints in Slovenia. I know that some of them approached Nemanja. I don't know if anyone was approached by Nemanja. I'm not sure because I don't deal with this at Nemanja.
Would the income cover all the work that goes into it? For example, photographer is needed to get photos in the first place.
Yeah.
Okay, that depends if the photographer
who takes the photos.
Yeah, how much do you pay them? If you pay them, because sometimes friends take your photos and it's good enough. Printing the photos, booth or stand, how much?
Depending if you have to buy it or if you get it for free.
And if you're going to international conventions,
costs of travel
and sleeping arrangements.
I think there's always a worry about selling enough Like
Yeah.
I think there's always a thought behind somewhere in your head, like I have to sell enough to cover everything. I know that some cosplayers don't like to be judges because of this, because it takes away from their time at their stand, and they cannot sell their photos. I think that one of the biggest ways to possibly be paid from this is also if you compete. Because some competitions, bigger competitions, they do have monetary prizes, not necessarily, but the higher the competition, the bigger chance of you getting some money from it. If you win a smaller one, you can then attend a bigger one. Like winning at Numana gives you a space in the ICCC competition,
And the
but
price?
not necessarily.
Yeah, not necessarily.
This isn't always something that's given.
Yeah, but the price is then bigger.
Yeah. Also, what cosplayers do is something that it's a bit frowned upon in the community. It's called sandbagging. Sandbagging is a term that was coined by the International Costumers Guild decades ago, and it's basically refers to using the same cosplay in different competitions, especially if you want a bigger competition and you attend a smaller one with smaller competition.
Competition, yeah.
Where you know that you're gonna win, and like reusing and reusing the same cosplay. Now I get it. I get that making a cosplay takes a lot of effort, time, and everything, and that you want to
Show it off.
get as much back if you want to do this for a living. But I think there is still a moral obligation, or should be, in a person not to do that, because that's one of the things that can really discourage someone who is not on the same level, and then they see someone coming from a different country where you know that they already won a bigger competition to a smaller one, and like they're gonna win. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you already got the validation. Yes, your cosplay is good
Yeah.
enough for winning.
Yeah.
So why would you do it again, first of
That
all?
was my question as well.
Just
And then I
for the
got an
price,
answer, because some cosplayers actively seek out the competitions where they know they're gonna get money
As a reward.
Yeah, so it's easy money for them. So no to sandbagging. Don't do that. No
I
one
think
likes
in
it.
Slovenia we have a rule that if you already won with that certain cosplay, you are not allowed to enter it.
And
I think
fortunately,
MofoCon has that.
we're a smaller community,
Yeah.
and everyone would know.
Recognize,
Yeah,
no.
but
Yeah.
for instance, at Epicenter, they didn't mind it like for the first year, because they just wanted to have as many
Attendees.
competitors as possible. But for the next year, if we're gonna continue to do this together, this is something that the whole community frowns upon, and something that shouldn't be done. Like let's have a moral stand here and say no to that.
Yeah.
If you go from a smaller competition to a bigger competition with where there's gonna be the competitors, there's gonna be on a different level as well with the same cosplay, no one's gonna say anything. Just don't go low. Like
Yeah, go try, go test your skill
Yeah.
set higher.
yeah.
What I see with this, you have to win first.
Yeah, you have to win.
So
yeah.
that's not a
You have
steady
to
income.
win, and you have to be focused on the competitions where you're gonna get money as a prize.
Yeah, and that's
And then you have to, at some point, it's also like I have to make a new cosplay just so I can compete, and you're like this, I don't know, you're focused on winning and you're focused on making new cosplays just because you want to compete to get money, and it's also this
And what the saddest part about this is?
What?
Probably the price will not cover the
Expensive.
material,
Yeah.
expenses, material, time, and traveling.
Yeah.
And there's also a fee.
Taxes.
Yeah. There's also taxes to be paid if you receive money. The next one would be probably social media. With the helps of Coffee, OnlyFans, TikTok,
All
stuff
of
that I
them.
have no idea about.
Instagram, Facebook. But that's also like you, at some point, you go from being a cosplayer to being an influencer, I guess. And like,
That's a whole new skill
that's a
set.
whole new skill set. And sometimes only cosplay doesn't cover it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you have enough content every month? Do you have enough content to make this?
Do you have enough cosplays to
yeah.
make content?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Because people get bored quite easily.
that, and there should be equivalent exchange in amount of work that you put into either buying or making cosplay and content that you do with it, and not getting tired of doing that.
Yeah.
So what kind of content are you creating? Because I mean, we can return to tutorials at this point, because that's always something new, fresh.
Yeah.
People are gonna seek that if they're making their own cosplays. But if you're creating just a character content, I would say, with a single cosplay, it gets a bit stiffy at some point, and you have to have like either very good quality content or funny content or many characters.
I thought about it at the moment, like the time when we were doing cinema, what's it called? Appearances with Kaya Sola. I was like, you know what, maybe I want to do something like this as well. Like I noticed that my followers were going up and everything. I was like, maybe I'm interested in that. And I was like, at some point I was like, this is a bit stressful. I don't want to post because I have to post. You know what I mean?
For the numbers.
And then being all, I don't know, anxious about, do I have enough followers? Do I, like, what's going on? When do I have to make the next post? When do I have to, oh shit, sorry. This coffee. Being mindful about that instead of being mindful about what cosplays do I want to make, what makes me happy about it. Yeah. And then I stopped for a while. I was like, you know what? If I see now that this is not healthy for me, also, you have to be engaged with your audience a lot. I know at some point I noticed myself being up at 3 a.m. talking to people, not because I had a feeling like I have to do it, but there was a lot of people talking to me and I wanted to talk to them, but then it was like 3 a.m. You know what I mean?
Yeah, go sleep.
Go sleep, yeah. And I saw that a little bit of this was getting unhealthy, so I stopped for a while, and then Corona happened, so that was
everything slowed down.
Yeah, everything slowed down, and I could take a little rest. And now I just post because I'm happy about what I post. I'm happy with showing my style of cosplay to people, and I just feel happy when I share something. And I'm not so burdened with the amount of likes, with the amount of followers. I think at some point, if it's not really healthy, you should ask yourself if you're doing it for the right reasons.
Besides Instagram, were you ever tempted to do any other?
I wouldn't say tempted, but I had a couple of suggestions to make an OnlyFans.
Okay. What happened?
What happened is I don't want to be too focused on showing my body. I guess maybe at some point I will make an OnlyFans. I don't know. You know what? Maybe I don't know. Comment below if you want to see me. I'm on OnlyFans. Like, if it's a shirtless pic and I put it on Instagram, like, do I need an OnlyFans? You know what I mean?
It would be no different for you.
Yeah. Like, I don't think I'm ever gonna show everything else. Like,
me neither.
No.
I think.
I mean, maybe if I had more content that would be more risky, that I wouldn't be able to put on Instagram, perhaps I would consider it. Because I had some ideas, but those ideas were generally just Deadpool ideas. Because you can do a lot of crazy things with Deadpool. And I had a lot of crazy ideas. We already did some crazy things, but not as crazy as my mind is. And
there's the mask. Nobody would know.
Also that, yeah. I don't know.
Comment below.
It doesn't have to be a sexual content, but at some point Instagram can tell you this is not appropriate. Yeah. So you have to find a different kind of, I don't know, platform. Yeah. Even if like I was thinking about, you know, that scene in Thor: Love and Thunder when he is chained and Zeus flicks and he flicks too much. I was thinking about that.
Of course you were.
Maybe just, you know, the back with all the tattoos and Rip Loki and everything. I don't know. Maybe if I get buffed more. I don't know.
Comment below.
I have absolutely nothing against anyone doing this in
Yeah.
any kind of way. Like I always think about, okay, what if I do this and my parents find out? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Of course, there's always that
It's always like
Slovenian mindset.
yeah. I think that the biggest thing in Slovenia that cosplayers do for money, for like
In some sort of income.
some sort of income, is with
Appearances.
cinema appearances,
Bookstore.
bookstore
I
appearances.
noticed, yeah. I'm gonna say it like this. There's at least one cosplayer in Slovenia currently that has like a regular appearances as a cosplayer in the general public. So it is possible. I mean,
I think we can mention him. Shout out to Lonely Wolf J.
he's doing it. He's
Yeah,
making it.
He has gigs with Mladinska Knjiga and
That's a
Cineplex.
bookstore
Yeah,
and that's a cinema
yeah.
chain.
And Cineplex is also the place that. Oh shit! What am I doing? OnlyFans. Cineplex is also where I met him for the first time.
But I think you started the cinema trend, I guess. I mean, they saw you, they approached you, you accepted, and it became, and the ball started rolling.
Yeah, I just came there, like we said in the first episode. I dressed up as Legolas because I had a costume, and I went to the premiere of Hobbit, the second part of Hobbit, because I wanted that experience. I don't know what the connection. I don't think it was a connection before that with Jan, because Star Wars came out later,
Oh, the friendship,
where I
yeah.
actually met him. So I don't know. Maybe they got the idea from seeing me there. So
And seeing the hype in people.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's
But
nice.
yeah, I'm glad that this grew into something more for everyone. Yeah, and that we all have a
Opportunity with, yeah.
opportunities to show ourselves and to get something from it. Yeah.
I did it as well with Mantis a few times for different titles. And now with Atlanta for the Aquaman premiere for one day. It was fun.
At the beginning, there was just like, we're gonna give you popcorn and a ticket and a drink, and it grew from that to like getting at least some travel expenses. Yeah, but I know that at some point I was like, you know what, I don't need to get money from you. Give me this in tickets, because I'm gonna spend it on movies anyway.
Yeah.
And it was good for me at that point. I didn't want more, but I'm glad that this is growing now, because we want to grow. We want this to expand in a
But,
more healthier way, because Cineplex doesn't really have much of costs if they just give you tickets. If you don't want tickets, if you want money for your work, you should be able to get it.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that we had a lot of opportunities after that with Cineplex, where this grew and is now a more stable thing, I would say. Yeah. Also, Simona, hi. Shout out to Simona. She works at Cineplex right now. She's the best, honestly.
Yep.
I think
Steady.
Cineplex is one of the companies in Slovenia that really appreciates cosplayers and knows how to work with us.
Yeah. And
In-
communicate with us.
Yes, yes.
But it's not enough of an income because of
You're not gonna-
irregularity of movies.
Yeah.
Because
You're not gonna have an opportunity every month to do this.
that there's not either enough movies, or you don't have a cosplay, or you have to make a cosplay or
Yeah.
buy a cosplay, so it has to cover the fees for that, and you would have to get paid so much to just
Well, yeah.
leave. Yeah, it is
Yeah.
an opportunity to
It's-
spread your name as a
Yes.
cosplayer, maybe.
Exposure.
Exposure,
But as a lot of people say, we cannot live off exposure.
Yeah.
Abroad, some cosplayers also have an opportunity to work with like gaming, not events, but
Industries.
gaming companies. And they are like called before a game comes out and approached, would you be interested in making this cosplay? We're gonna cover all the costs and extra. So this is something that
Contract work.
yeah, contract
basically,
work. Yeah. This is also a way, but you're not gonna get an opportunity like this every month. Second of all, not the whole community is gonna get an opportunity like this. You know what I
Yes,
mean? It's
yeah.
just probably one or two people at something. Unless it's an event like Infinity War or Endgame or Spider-Man Across the Multiverse, where you have multiple characters and you can invite multiple cosplayers.
Yeah.
We also had a very nice event. A company wanted to have an event and they wanted cosplayers. So they reached out to me and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna give you a list of as many cosplayers as possible. We even had a meeting with them where Jan came as well, about the payment. And then, yeah, we want a lot of cosplayers. And was like, okay, 10 more, 15 more, 20 more. And then I got a list of 20 cosplayers. And they at some point were like, whoa, not so much.
Okay.
And they started to pick out the cosplayers that they wanted.
Okay.
And it was kind of like, it was a bit iffy because they already said yes to the first 10 cosplayers and then they wanted more. So I was thinking, okay, this is a done deal for this 10. Now I'm gonna get you more. But then they said, no, not this one, not this one, not this one, but this one from the second group.
Oh boy.
And I was like, okay.
A lot of back and forth.
Yeah. And a lot of confusion because there were a lot of people from that company contacting me at the same point. And at the end of it, I just said, you know what? I realize you're not gonna get everyone because you cannot, whatever your reason is. But we are still people on this side. We are art makers. This is not just something that we don't just put on a costume and come there. We are cosplayers, and that means that we are in this art form, and we should be treated with some respect, some dignity, and you should look at this in a different way that you are. Luckily, they apologized.
Okay.
And however, they didn't take everyone. They still took the 10. I think 10 to 15, maybe. I think it was 10 people from the first group. I was like, you know what? I got you 10. If 10 wasn't enough for you, why did you ask for more and then said no, but then wanted to choose from, like, you know what? It just it was so. But the event was nice. It was just too much tea.
One form of, I guess, cosplay making an appearance is also parties, like kids' birthday parties. If you have like a Princess Ariel costume or something, but if you are somebody who's employed by a company that sells such services, you're probably gonna get the costume from them. So there's a quality and fit question, but also what I see a big thing with this is how much of a performer you are. Like if, for example, if you're some sort of Disney character, you have to know all the songs, you have to behave believably. Like the kids are gonna believe you are that
the
person.
kids are gonna notice if you're just in a costume and you're not the character. Like
and,
you have
and in the zone, or
you have. I mean, it's a bigger risk. Like okay, you can get past the adults because they're not so focused on characters, but
the kids will know. And also that's irregular income again. It's either only weekend work, like Fridays, Sundays, something like that.
There is a company in Slovenia that does this birthday parties as Spider-Man, as like Captain America, some princesses.
Like heroes.
Yeah, they also do like not parties at their place, but also
go to people's
birthday
places.
parties at home, because I know them personally. I was Captain America then and Thor, and they were like, where did you buy this costume, and would you come as Captain America to the parties and whatnot? I was like, no, I wouldn't. Not as Captain America.
There's also copyright issues. Because if you're a big company and selling by name these characters,
you can get in some trouble. If they find out. If they don't, you're fine. Or until they find out.
They know there's debates. Maybe that's a different episode for this. But copyrights and cosplayers, like where's the line? Maybe you know more about this because you studied it. But bigger companies, I
mean, in the United States, it's a bigger problem than here right now in Slovenia, because
nobody
not
cares.
No one cares from outside. In a sense of Disney doesn't care what we do in Slovenia because we're so small for them.
They would have to first know about Slovenia.
In some bigger countries you can have quite a problem. And I know that Disney themselves are very strict about their rules, how you can use their characters outside, and even how they use them. For instance, in Disneyland, I know that there's a bunch of rules what you can do and cannot do as a character, and if you step out of the line, adios. And it's also not paid as well. I know that some people, I noticed on the internet, some of those princesses had to live in their cars because they didn't get paid enough to earn a modest living.
Yeah.
So, but that's a different topic about Disney exploiting.
Yeah, it's not a cosplay thing, it's a
Yeah.
character thing.
Yeah.
Maybe,
It's also, birthday parties are also not cosplay, I guess.
yeah, it's character appearance.
Yeah. And what do
So,
you do? Okay,
yeah.
maybe
That depends on the person, though. Like
and
how
when
much.
you come there, what do you do as a character? Because if I would be a kid and Spider-Man would come to my birthday party, I would want him to
Climb walls.
climb walls
yeah.
and shoot spider webs and swing on them or whatever. You know what I mean? And I don't see
Yourself
on
having those
Nah,
superpowers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also don't see like myself as at that point Captain America. I don't see myself as Deadpool. That would be fun, but I don't know
Appropriate,
how
yeah.
appropriate Deadpool is for birthday parties.
I
don't
can
think it
imagine
would be
him
a-
at like a ladies' night out, for,
Yeah.
like a bachelorette,
Bachelor-
bridal night out.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it for today's topic. I guess we are not at the level to have jobs as cosplayers yet.
Well, little jobs.
Little
not
jobs,
big yet.
not to switch our regular jobs.
We cannot quit. I'm gonna do cosplay for the rest of my life.
Deep. But yeah, that's it for today's episode. Thank you for joining us. Hope you enjoyed. And see you in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Bye bye.